Hello everyone, welcome to our weekly International Prop Chat. I'm Angela Chant, International Property Consultant, your host for today. On behalf of IQI Global, Asia's largest real estate and investments advisory firm and a member of GYIQI, thank you for tuning in and support our program. Our topic for today is what is Melbourne to you? Let me welcome my special guest, Fionna, to share with us what's Melbourne to her. Hi, Fionna. It's nice having you back with us. How are you?
Good, thanks. Hi, Angela. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, I know Melbourne has reopened its international border for the first time in nearly 2 years. The country that imposed some of the world's strictest travel ban since March 2020 due to COVID. Can you tell us, are there any more or any rules or restrictions that international visitors need to know?
So now we are welcoming the world to come to Australia again. So of course, different state has got a little bit different policies, but everybody can come to Melbourne. It's just that you need to do a test, of course, as usual, and a quarantine as well. Yes.
So the test is actually has to be done in, let's say in Malaysia. I have to submit my so-called results or at the
No, so it's like this. I think to board the plane, you need to have a test result. So we don't really mind that part. We only want you, when you're here, within 24 hours, you need to do a test.
Okay, and we spend money, right? Great. Great. I'm sure many people are looking forward to visit their loved ones and relatives or even opt for holidays in Melbourne like me. So longing to look for Melbourne, yeah.
Come and see me.
Yes. So, Fionna, how long have you been residing in Melbourne? Do you actually, yeah.
Wow.
Long story, right?
Yeah, it's a long story. So I came here 2008. So don't tell people my age, okay? So as a university student, like a common Malaysian thing, send their children to Australia. So I was studying at RMIT. So I did my bachelor there. After the bachelor degree, I was like, oh, I don't want to go home. So I extended and I did my master's in finance as well. So I actually resided here like for a good 5 years, graduated, and I went back to Malaysia. But always visiting Australia very often because I've got friends and relatives here. Yeah, but officially migrated here on 2016.
Oh, okay. I mean, as Melbourne today is one of the most popular cities that have most immigrants, right? And then, of course, do you know why do you choose to go back?
So
I mean, besides you probably miss your friends, but what about? I mean, what is the real? I mean, your concern of going back, or you meet your husband there, you meet your boyfriend there, or you meet somebody there?
No, actually, my husband and myself decided to migrate to Australia simply because of, I think, 3 reasons. One is education. So we were thinking that, wow, later on, you spend so much money sending my 2 kids to universities, might as well I migrate there and save some, education fee.
Yes.
That's one. I think that's quite traditional. And secondly is because my husband, he's not Asian, so he's like, why don't we move to a country that is cooler, 4 seasons but mild weather, because there's a lot of countries you can go to, but the weather is not that mild because the winter here is not super cold or snowing, but in the summer here, I know it's hot, but it's short.
Okay. So you met your husband in Malaysia, or you met your husband?
Malaysia. And of course, lastly is we feel that the lifestyle here is a little bit more laid back, less intense, more stays. So that's why, based on these 3, we applied and it was quite easy for us. We got it within months and then migrated here.
So when you first touched down, or do you actually purchase a home first before the migration is approved, or is that
My property? Yeah, so we, with my property background, so I'm not hasty. So I think the best thing to do is you come to Australia, stay for a while, rent a few places, then you know what you like. Because don't always listen to people, because me too, a lot of people say live in a city is so good, the property there is good. But when I moved here, I rented an apartment, a big apartment in the city, right next to Crown Casino, glamorous, 48th floor with city view, bay view. But we realized it's not conducive for a family. I've got kids. Yeah,
So when you moved there, you actually have kids already, or
yeah, one kid.
Okay.
That time only one kid. She was 4 years old. So we realized that in living in the city, it's really not that perfect if you have got a kid, because it's malls and a lot of offices, but we want the outdoor, because the whole point is you want to come to Australia, enjoy the outdoor, enjoy the Australian dream, big backyard, enjoy picnics everywhere, so we move out, eventually, because we realize that city is really not for family. And if you have got more Australian friends, no one wants to stay in the city.
All right. So, is Australia having this practice too? Like, you gotta be staying at that suburbs, then only you can apply for a school that is nearby. Is that?
Yes. So it's called school zoning. Okay. So
Yes, that's right.
yeah. So depends how particular are you, because most Asians are quite particular when it comes to education. So they purposely, if they cannot afford to buy certain area, they rather rent, so that the children get to go to in that zone's famous school, let's say. So but I think honestly, the schools here are just fine. Any school is just fine. It's just that I know when you're migrating overseas, you just want to go to the schools that people recommended. But generally, all schools are quite all right. Yeah.
Yeah, the so-called best school in your heart, or some people say that, right? But
Yeah.
education
So
in Melbourne is
it's
absolutely
good. Yeah,
good.
frankly, it's quite true. They say that Melbourne is the state of education. It is actually quite true, because education here, the quality is quite high standard. I think any school is just fine as long that you're not too far off from the city. Because of course, if you're in a really, really far suburb, the school might not have the best facilities, let's say, or the school is a bit too old, not enough teachers or even students. Then of course, so I'm looking at that angle, because education standard is quite good. It's just that you want to go to a better area, so that the school has got better facilities, good teachers. I think that's the main thing that you need to look at. Yeah.
Yes.
Unless you've got 100,000 to spend on private education, then you need to be fussy, because you're paying 100,000. Then you need to compare all private school for the best one.
Yeah. Is moving a home from, a great hassle for you, like, because you were in Malaysia, and then it's like, wow, moving the whole homes, or, you kind of pack your kids stuff, it's like not moving suburbs to suburbs, it's country to country. Is that a big hassle for you?
I tell you, it's the same. Moving country and moving home from Petaling Jaya to Penang is the same, because you still need to pack up everything. Your whole family to move. It's just that instead of 4 hours drive, you need to take maybe 8 hours plane. So I would say everything is quite the same. Maybe the only difference is you might not be too familiar with certain area, but still I think it's the same, because that's why I was like, I want to move, so I would move overseas. And then you'll be surprised, when I first came here, my mom was like sending me boxes of Maggie mee, belacan, all those things.
I thought that was a school days only.
No, even nowadays, I was like telling my mom, you need to stop, bringing all these things, because they are heavy. And the other thing is, that there are so many Asian groceries here. There's more varieties than Malaysia, from Japan to Taiwan to Africa to Philippines. There are too many choices. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
know. Melbourne has everything. I mean, Australia usually has no problem on food. They
no problem
yeah,
at
that brings
all.
yeah. Some of the restaurant brings the best chefs, from Hong Kong with dim sums like that, right?
Exactly, you're right. Ingredients as well. You can get lemongrass, or you want to get your yellow ginger, or what you call it. Everything is available. Of course, don't compare prices. I know my mom will say, "Oh, this is RM1," but in Australia, it's $1.
Yes, right. One to
Of course,
one.
you're not a tourist anymore. You earn
Yeah,
money here. I would say the $4,000 that you earn, let's say, a month here, and comparing the 4,000 ringgit that you earn in Malaysia, here you get a long way, a lot more. You get better quality things, and then you can buy more stuff. Yeah.
yes, that's right. All right, for those people who have just joined us, welcome to our IPC again. Today, I am glad to have Fiona, the relation manager of Glenvil Development. She was with us, in the IPC's episode, The Master Plans of Yarra Bend, one of the beautiful locations development she has shared to us. So for those who missed the early IPC episode, you can check on our Facebook page or IQI International Sales or YouTube too. Our topic today is something different. What's Melbourne to you? So, Hyun, can you tell us more about Melbourne, your lifestyle in Melbourne? Why is
Oh,
so different in Malaysia? Because you have been staying both places, right?
yeah.
And
So
some of
Yeah,
your great
Melbourne.
experience.
Oh yeah, okay. Frankly, I love Melbourne. It's because not only the lifestyle is a little bit laid back here. It's like not
Mhm.
like Malaysia. Maybe in Southeast Asia you might need to work until 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock to prove to yourself. No, here it's like 5 o'clock. Go home, family
Ah,
first. They always
so
say that. Yeah,
yeah,
family first. So there's a lot of time that you can spend with your family, which is amazing because you don't feel bad going on the dot, at 5 o'clock. And also if you need, like myself, I don't work 5 days a week. I work 4 days a week. So the trick is come into the market, don't be fussy, get into the industry that you like. Then from that, once you are in here, you can actually talk to your bosses. Like I told my boss, I said, sorry, I can only work from 10 to 4, Monday to Thursday if you want me. He said, yeah, why not? See, this is the flexibility, that we give. It doesn't mean that you work 4 days, you are not a good uh, a staff or anything. It's just that they happy to cater to what you need, as long that you are dedicated. And especially Southeast Asian like us, we speak at least two languages, I guess. They want you. It's like, oh wow, yes, yes, yes. How many languages can you speak? 4, 5? Yes, yes, yes. They love to have us because after a while they realize that, especially Southeast Asians, we are very warm. And they know that we are hardworking. And then and especially in my industry, the more languages you can speak, the better. So you can be a really hot asset to the company,
yes,
trust me. And you can be demanding whatever you want, whatever terms. Yeah. So
yeah.
the other thing I love about Melbourne is like about melting pot. Okay, I know Malaysia too, all the food and stuff, but in Australia it's even more international. You got Greek food, Italian food, Korean, Chinese, Indian, anything you want, you can find here, and they are at amazing standard. Trust me. Yeah, it's just that whether you want to explore or not. Every corners, everywhere you go, you have got different. You might find something really really interesting. Yeah, that's the other beauty of Melbourne, and of course, as I mentioned earlier, the weather here is perfect. It's like you get to go outdoor, like
Excuse me, let me just correct. A lot of time people say about Melbourne weather is super crazy.
it's crazy, but it allows you to go outdoor. Like in Malaysia, every day, every weekend, I was like, ask my mom, okay, let's go Mid Valley, let's go this. It's always shopping mall, if you
Yeah,
notice, because it's
yeah,
too hot out there. But
that's right.
here, it's like, oh, this weekend I go to the beach. Next weekend I go to the park, and because beaches are very close by as well. It's like go to beach, go to park, go to certain mall, go hiking. There's a lot of things you can do here outdoor, so that my kids not always, because I can see the comparison. I had my first kid in Malaysia, the other one here. The second one is really more outdoor, not always stuck to the TV or iPad. The first one was like always iPad, TV, shopping mall. So it's different. People here, they are more active, not like 20 years ago when I was here. Everybody looks like very obese, they don't do a lot of things. But the new Australia or Melbourne is different from last time, definitely. Because when I first stepped in Australia, I was like, wow, is this a village or not? Or what? Malaysia is more advanced than Australia. But now no more, because of the influx of the international people, so Melbourne transformed totally. Yeah.
Wow. So now we have a choice. We've got to know one made in Malaysia and one made in Australia. The different.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, that you reminded me one thing. Do you know that I gave birth here in a really good hospital? Okay, I cannot advertise which hospital, right? Really good hospital. From the beginning, pregnant until ending 6 months. Okay, not a single cent I need to pay. It's covered by the government. Zero, nothing. I paid nothing, because in Malaysia I gave birth to my first child in Pantai Hospital. Just imagine how much I need to pay. Yeah. Here, same standards, same quality, zero. Nothing.
Yeah, huge saving here.
That is amazing. I was so impressed.
And what is the environment like? I mean, comparing to the one in Malaysia. The treatment will be the same, right?
Sorry?
One being paid and one not being paid. I mean, obviously, yes.
Identical. I would say here they have got even better service, or I don't know, maybe it's just individual. Imagine after childbirth, that means after you're given birth, when you go home, the midwife, they will come to your house. It's like a nurse. They'll come to your house, yes, and see whether your bed is all right. Your baby bed, not your bed, of course. Are you feeding? are you feeding your baby properly? Do you have any problems? Yeah. And they come and check your wound.
New to me, because I really hard. Usually we don't ask. We expect the same things are. Once you leave the hospital, it's like,
that's it, right?
Yes.
No. Here, and then every few months you need to go for regular checkup with your baby, me and the baby together, and free consultation. Yeah, check the weight, check the health, whether you're eating correctly or not, any questions, milk powder okay or not, breastfeeding okay or not. Yeah.
That usually takes how long for the first first child of giving birth? How many visits that you need to the going to the hospital?
You mean before or after?
Of course, after you have given birth. You
I think for the first 3 months they come to you. After that, because they know you're healed, then after that you go to them until 2 years old.
Okay, that is actually the first 2 and 3 jabs now. I assume, because baby, when it comes out the first, you have to have after a month of jab. Yeah, so that's why they have to be. Okay.
Yeah, and everything is free. Yeah.
Wow,
yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, I know, and the service is really good. So I think I made the right choice, because Australia is not too far away from Malaysia, and it's like my mom come and visit me every year.
And she can enjoy a 4 season in a day sometimes when you're in town, right?
True, but if you got used to the weather, you know what to do, when to do what. Right. Yeah.
That's great. I think Australia or Melbourne life, or for that matter, they bring a very good quality life to families, because not like in some of the Asians, we have too much food even at night. You know what I mean? 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, you can go for or even 12 o'clock for roti canai or
Yeah,
midnight
no, here,
and
no.
stuff.
I know at first it was a culture shock to
Mm-hmm.
my whole family. Oh my God, at night, 8 o'clock, no mama, no nothing, everything is black color. It's like, oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, what to do? Actually, it's not that bad. If you're living in the city, you have things 24/7. Okay. But it's just that it's actually a good thing that, if you notice all the kids here, they sleep early because they wake up early. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
the lifestyle is much healthier, I would say. Different but healthier. So that this is what I appreciate. It's like, okay, no super late nights. So the kids sleep early. Still, I have got like a few hours at night, to watch my other movies. Without the kids.
Yeah.
I spend some time with my husband. Yeah.
Yeah. And the husbands also spend more time with you. Unlike the one in Asia, there are a lot of karaoke's, there are a lot of pubs, there are a lot of drinking areas, They have lots of friends. Every day they have all friends coming in to invite them for a reason, for drinking. Right?
Yeah. Oh, talking about alcohol. Okay, if you are a alcohol fan of wine, especially, the wine here is cheaper than orange juice.
Yes. And
Yes.
it has. Very good quality wines. I mean,
Yeah.
Australia itself comes winery, right?
Yeah. So yeah, that's another activity. If you have got weekend, you nothing much to do. They've got beautiful vineyard with a beautiful restaurant. So you
Yes.
can eat in a really beautiful restaurant in a vineyard, and it's with good scenery. So that's like one of those activities that you can do. But when it's too hot in Malaysia, I don't think you want to go anywhere
Yeah.
outdoor. Yes,
That's
yeah.
right. That's how beautiful to stay abroad in some of the cold country. But what about in summer? Summer is really hot in Australia. It's even
Yeah.
hotter in Malaysia. Yeah,
See,
and the
see the
flies.
yeah. So hot, true. But when it comes to night, it drops down to 14 or
Mm,
20. So at least you still have got cool nights. You can sleep. It's just the
mhm,
daytime is really hot. But summer is short here. How many months?
mhm.
2 months, three
Yeah.
months maximum, and it's not every day hot. Like today is still summer. Today maximum is only 23 degrees Celsius. So it's
Mhm.
perfect.
That's perfect. Yeah, that's
Yeah, so
right.
there's like this amazing here. There's a lot of things you can do here. Even within Australia, there's a lot of attractions that you can go to. Of course, once in a while, we were considering moving to Sydney or Melbourne. We picked Melbourne is because we feel that Sydney is a little bit too cosmopolitan, a bit like Malaysia already. So that's why we stay back in Melbourne. Yeah.
And of course, Melbourne itself, you have been there. I mean,
Yeah.
you studied there. You have lots of friends there, still around, having families there, and
Yeah.
relatives, right? It brings closest
Mm.
to them, right? Because if you
Yeah.
start to be you move to somewhere else that completely, you have no friends, not many friends. Obviously, I can see you can make friends easily.
Yeah, we do have a lot of friends here. So I think the other important thing is why we migrated here is because we knew that in Australia when you purchase property is different from Malaysia. So
Mm-hmm.
in Malaysia, you pay 10%, then you pay progressive payment until
Yes,
completion,
yes,
right?
yeah, yes,
Then sometimes if the developer suddenly bankrupt, then all your money gone.
yes,
Yeah, I know. I
yeah.
worked with a developer in Malaysia before, very reputable one. But here,
Mhm,
the money never go to the developer. Never. If you pay
mhm,
5% or 10%, the money go to a trust account that is
mhm,
managed by a lawyer or solicitor. So if
mhm.
let's say touchwood after 2 years, they never built the thing, past the sunset clause, what happened to your 10%? You get it back.
Hmm.
Yeah, and
Would that be the interest as well, or they will just?
some of them. That's why one
Mhm,
smart thing to do is when you buy a property, try asking. There's no harm asking whether that you
yes,
earn deposit interest from the deposit or not. You say that I want it. Can I have interest on deposit? Some developer like us will say, yeah, why not? If whatever the interest earn, I'll just give it back to you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I know that the property market in Australia is holding a strong and providing fantastic opportunities for not just investors, but as well as the new home buyers, right? So,
Yeah.
can you tell us the situation of the property market in Melbourne right now?
I can tell you, Melbourne, especially, recuperate 100 back in January. Everything goes back to
Mm,
normal because just like in any other country, when the location is right, doesn't matter what happened, the prices will not go down because there's always be someone that has got a lot of money waiting for this opportunity, and there are a lot of them. So that's like a lot of people say, "Oh my God, the property gonna drop 30%." Yeah, if it's
yes,
30% drop, I'm gonna first one to buy them. Okay.
yes, yes,
So I think one trick is actually it's not even a trick. Just buy the right location and buy from
mm,
the right developer because I know it's so safe to buy here because they protect the buyers. 10% you will not lose it, but you don't want to waste 5 years time after 5 years saying that this developer cannot build it. You wasted your 5 years opportunity. I know you get your money back, but after 5 years, you can't buy something with similar price. So that's why we love buying property here is because especially under construction ones, I put
mm,
10% down. There's 2 years for me to save more money. And 2 years later, there's a chance that there's a capital increment, which make me feel fantastic. Even though I don't sell, I might rent it out. So
yes,
still, there's always a demand here. Why there's such high demand is because of the supply. Because I think it's a worldwide phenomenon whereby shortage of timber, steel, all these materials has got shortages. And secondly is also the government here, they are really strict. They don't approve a lot of construction. So like not many people building, not many developers has got a lot of money. It's because the money never go to them. Remember I said the money
yes,
never
yes,
go to them, and there's no progressive payment, meaning the developer will only get all the money when they deliver the house to you.
yeah.
So if they
So
are
that's,
not
of course,
capable, they
yeah,
don't have money or they don't get funding, it's impossible for them to even start anything. you know?
yeah. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure they want to develop it as ASAP to collect the money, right?
Yeah, correct. Yes. So I think two few things just to pick the right location, buy from a reputable developer. If this developer telling you that, oh, I just started last year and this is my first project, then I have got I used to be a doctor, then
Yeah,
maybe you need to think twice. Yeah, if they
yes,
say that,
yes,
oh, I've been like 50 years in this industry, we have built 2,000 apartments. Yeah, why not?
yeah.
Yeah.
So where is the hotspot investment areas? Can
I
you, yeah, give us some tips, investment tips? Yeah.
Actually, you ask me, I'm gonna be biased, but I would say something general. I would say that
Mm-hmm.
uh, I will not go for city properties, okay,
Yeah.
because I think it's a little bit oversupplied, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there are some now selling a little bit cheaper because they need to move the stock. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of these properties are selling, especially secondhand, is because lack of international students, because they
Mm-hmm.
100%, almost 100% relying on international students. They are desperate. But I would say if you want to buy something a fringe of the city, meaning a little bit out, like maybe within 10 kilometers from the city, that would be
Mm-hmm.
best because not only students would love to stay there, because now parents are very smart. They don't put the children in the city is because they know the city, there are too many distractions like
Yes.
pubs, clubbing, party,
Mm-hmm.
But if you move a little bit out, it's more proper, more residential, but still have amenities or facilities like cafes, restaurant, importantly, like groceries.
Yes,
It's a proper
groceries.
area. When the parents come also can stay, it's like more proper. And on top of that, if you don't live there, you can lease it out or rent it out. And
Mm.
you can not only students will rent from you, the local people will rent from you because even though they work in the city, they don't want to live in the city. So I think
Mm.
that is the best if you're willing to pay a little bit more because if you want if you go further, it will be cheaper. Frankly, of course, if you like 1 hour from the city, it's a lot cheaper. But that of course if you can to buy a property
Mm-hmm.
within 10 kilometers away from the CBD, that will actually give you the widest market, international and local people. It doesn't matter rental or even, resale. Because not only foreigners will buy from you, but the local will buy from you. Not only foreigners or students will rent from you, but also the local will rent from you. Because even for the situation like COVID era, who's gonna rent from you? No international students for sure, but locals still need to live somewhere. Who are these people living? So these people that wants to live close to the city because they could be working close to the city, or also these people that that feel that they want to live close to the city but still cannot afford to buy yet.
Yes.
Yeah, because a lot of them that they're young couples or maybe they come from interstate. They want to get into this area first, live in this area. Slowly they try to buy something. Yeah, so these are these. You have got the demographic is wider, so that you get to have more options to sell, not to sell, and even capital gain is much better. So as I say, in Yarraband is only 6.5 kilometers away from the city.
Yes,
but do you know that our average capital gain for apartments, I'm talking about all under construction until completion, is 5% average.
Yes,
average.
And it's a huge development also as well, right?
Yeah, so when I say huge, people got scared. Oh, huge, that means there are so many houses. When we say huge, meaning it's like a township. I think
yes, that's right.
Yeah, township is different. Township, why is township good? Is because not like in certain cases whereby when I was living in a city, nice apartment, tall apartment, nice, got all the views. Suddenly got another condominium built right next to me, taller than me, and covered all the view. And we didn't know that. You see, that's the difference there. But for us, when it's a master plan, a township, you already know upfront what's gonna happen.
And it's well organized, I would say. I would love to have a place that is well organized. You don't have bits and pieces everywhere. You know where is that buildings there and where is a nice garden there. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you're right. So not only that, also facilities. You got to use 6-star resort style amenities like a resort in Bali, and you got all the amenities to use for free.
Yes. Yeah, that's why I did mention again. So those who missed this episode that Fiona's talked about, this Yarraband, please go back. Okay, we do have recorded in the program. So do go back and listen and see how beautiful this development is. Okay. Right?
Yeah, right. Like any family, don't talk about this master plan. When you want to live somewhere, you want to have convenience. You want to know that the grocery is close. You want to know that, if I want to go to hostel, it's close. You want to know that there are parks for my kids to go to and they are safe, and good schools to go to. I think this is like basic requirement for everybody. And of course, safety. Good area, definitely got good safety, better than in the city. Okay, trust me.
Yeah. So, but after all, even if you want to travel down to cities, no problem. 6.5 km is just very clear, very near.
Take a train.
Yeah, that's a choice between both. Okay, you have city life as well as you have the very nice township life.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. Yes. Yeah.
That's great. So, yes, do stay tuned with us on this International Prop Chat. We will touch on updates on properties, lifestyles, cultures, investments criteria, and some of the sharings experience from right now our guest speakers in various countries, okay? And do give us a plenty of love and like and support us by sharing our programs to your friends and family. Once again, Fionna, thank you so much for being my honorable guest, okay, for this IPC.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thanks for having me here.
Yeah, having you is such wonderful. So happy. I mean, the way you talk is like I am right now wanted to fly all the way down to Australia to meet you. Looking forward to meet you at ASAP, Yeah,
come.
I remember you did mention if I come down and look into Yarra Bend, you can take your buggy, drive us around, right?
Yes, absolutely. I'll drive people around. We go have coffee, you know.
Yes, coffee is the best one in Melbourne. I cannot
Yes.
forget and I cannot miss this coffee, okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah, yes. I'll take this opportunity to wish you and your family all the best and really looking forward to meet you in Melbourne.
Thank you.
Okay, signing off now. I'm Angela Chan. Take care. Bye. Bye.
Loads to. We're located on the banks of the Yarra in Alphington, only 6.5 kilometres from the CBD. Founded on 6 visionary pillars of technology, sustainability, food and entertainment, health and wellness, knowledge, plus art and design. Yarra Bend is where nature meets the city.